Hey everyone, it's Barbara Ann. Welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. Copyright disclaimer. Under the Copyright Act of 1976, I am within my full legal right to share these following clips via video and audio. The following creators allow reshare, redistribution, and download of their content, and as always, I credit in the description box down below. Fair use, public domain, TikTok third-party license, and TikTok Live automatic third-party license for the use of commentary, reaction, teaching, news reporting, research, comment, and criticism. I am legally within my basic human, civil, and constitutional right to share under the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, to share my expressions, views, thoughts, opinions, feelings, and critiques. The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees my freedom of religion, freedom to exercise of, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, free assembly, and the right to petition the government and air my grievances. The First Amendment does not cover lies that amount to defamation, slander, libel, harassment, stalking, cyberstalking, bullying, cyberbullying, threats, or any other verbal crimes.
Hey y'all. So I know I haven't been on TikTok for a few days. I deleted the TikTok app off my phone for a few days, had to re-download it back to post this message.
At this point, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is not just a liar. She is a pathological liar, a compulsive liar. This is now a pattern of behavior for her. The lies, and some of them are so small that they're stupid. Why lie about something so insignificant? Because she wanted you to believe that she was off of the TikTok app when she never was. In order for her to post a screen recording to her TikTok stories of her deleting the TikTok app, that means that she had to immediately reinstall the TikTok app, or she had it on another device, such as a MacBook or an iPad, or she logged into her TikTok account through Ken's phone. So what you see right before you is her story as it happened.
But the truth is I have a lot of support in the followers that I have. And
no, the truth is that she never went anywhere. The day that she posted that to her TikTok stories, she was still on TikTok. She clearly put it right back on her phone to then post the story of her deleting it. The funny thing is that no celebrity or real public figure would be caught dead doing these kinds of things. The very next day, Gypsy was back on the TikTok app, as we knew, because she posted to the stories, changing her profile picture to say, "In my healing era." She also spent the day after that subsequently scrubbing her TikTok, scrubbing every single repost she had about herself except for the Tori Spelling newest Part 2 podcast, promoting said podcast. And she also did the same thing with her Instagram, scrubbed everything, including cyberbullying advocate. Also, in those 2 days, she was seen making comments everywhere, including accidentally saying that she wanted to advocate against instead of saying what she meant, which was for cyberbullying victims. However, she took all of that off of her bio on her Instagram. This is not about friends. This is not about family. This is not about supporters. Her TikTok subscriptions is up from 28 to now 60. She is making just under $300 a month from those 60 subscribers, even though she's violating community standards by not giving all 60 of those people every single one of the perks that they are supposed to receive, including being able to come on live with her. As of right now, the only thing that Gypsy Rose Blanchard has to say, "Look at me, I mean something in the world," is that 9.5 million followers. And almost half of them aren't even real people behind real accounts. And she has posted on TikTok, but she has never produced real content. It's been her monetization, her capitalizing off of that 9.5 million to then broker other deals like a Lifetime reality series. Being able to meet and talk to real celebrities, interviews, podcasts, books. It's not about supporters. It's about now debunking her, what she calls her private diary. However, I'm going to clarify right now, those emails that she thought nobody would ever see, completely confirms everything we've all already known. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a liar. She is a scammer, and she is a fraud. She has no talent, and she wants to be famous. But the only thing she's ever going to be known for is the fact that she is a convicted murderer. And those emails weren't from her being in her 20s. She was 24 years old when she committed her crime. And a lot of those emails go all the way up to December of 2023 when she was released. Those aren't old. That is the real Gypsy Rose Blanchard in those emails. Now, everybody knows exactly who and what she is because of her own words, actions, choices, and behaviors.
And I just wanted you guys to know that I love you guys. Just because I'm taking a little bit of private time for myself and my family, that doesn't mean that I don't care about y'all and care about the support and the love that y'all have given me. And I greatly appreciate it. Because I haven't been on the app for a few days, I'm kind of out of the loop about a lot of the drama that's going on in the Gypverse. But what I will say is that whatever drama is going on, I'm not affected by it. So don't worry about me. I am doing good, spending time with my family, spending time with Aurora, playing with Aurora, just being a mom. I have so much happiness in my life to be grateful for that I just felt like scrolling was so much of a waste of my time. And I just need to step away from it for a little bit. And I think that social media is fine in moderation, but sometimes you can get sucked in. And so I did what I felt like I had to do and pull myself out of it. So with that being said, I'm doing good. I'm fine. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my family. I'm just living real life. And that's where my head needs to be at. So I'm doing what's right for me. And just know that I do still care and love y'all. Thank you so much for all the support that y'all have given me. I have not forgotten about y'all. I just needed to take some time away for myself. I'm not tripping over the emails. I was in my 20s. I mean, how would everybody else feel if their personal diary was released to the public? I'm sure we've all done embarrassing things that we regret. But like I said, I was in my 20s. I'm not the same like I was back then. I did some stupid stuff, yes. Do I do stupid stuff now? Yes. But it's all about growth. It's about learning. It's about maturing. And maturing takes time. And that's what I'm doing for myself. I'm growing. And I'm doing what's right for me. So thank you for all of y'all's support. I love you guys.
Y'all, we've been knowing for ages that celebrities are their own source, whether they're famous or infamous. They're usually their own source to stories to TMZ about what they're going, and we see proof of it here in the Gypinator's emails. Check it out, y'all.
In the mainstream media, tabloid, and celebrity public figure world, there is no such thing as a source. And if you didn't learn that from the Johnny Depp trial, you're going to learn it now. Hi, blank. Okay, as a quote, source, unquote, close to Gypsy. There are things my friends would actually say about me, and I feel weird typing it, LOL. Gypsy is excited and looking forward to having true freedom for the first time in her life. She has a devoted support system in her family and husband who have stood by her side throughout her incarceration. Gypsy's family and friends have every faith that Gypsy will be able to thrive outside of prison and one day will be an impactful advocate for both mental health awareness and Munchausen syndrome by proxy awareness. One thing about Gypsy is that for as much as she's been through, she's incredibly well adapted and self-aware. What? Gypsy has matured and came into womanhood in her own time. Yeah, she was 24 years old and didn't know how to brush her teeth, didn't know how to shower every day, brush her hair, wash the dishes, clean up a little bit, considering that her mother had diabetes and had gone through endometrial cancer. I know, I went through stage 3 cervical. Gypsy didn't have to know anything about hygiene, oral hygiene, or cleaning the house. Remember, she was 24 years old. So spoiled and entitled that she felt like she could take lives and then turn around and lie about it. Her attitude and level of dedication to better herself through multiple group mental health therapy sessions spanning 8 years has prepared Gypsy for her transition back into society and is the primary reason that she has been granted parole. You mean lying to the parole board wasn't? You took responsibility for Nick and for your crime at the parole board. But since being released, you've done nothing but backpedal. Backtrack and try to row yourself right out of that stream and right up the revenue stream. Gypsy's voice goes beyond that of her own story. I believe that she has the potential to reach a vast audience who can relate to her in many ways, and she will touch many lives going forward. Yeah, 21 cases of teens or young adults taking the lives of their mother or sleeping mother. Look at how many people in the last year and a half have been cyber stalked, cyber harassed, bullied, cyber bullied, doxxed, had their lives, their children, their jobs threatened or taken. The same husband she speaks so highly of and uses to try to revamp her image and reputation. Note, unfortunately, I can't give any more than that for the source. Also, this is not public knowledge, and we don't plan to make it public due to safety concerns until afterward. But my husband and I bought tickets to a Kansas City Chiefs game that will be on December 31st. I am a huge Taylor Swift fan. She meant 2023. Just a couple days after she was released on December 28th of 2023. I am a huge Taylor Swift fan, so I am hoping that maybe I see her there. Did you know that Taylor Swift spends about $15 million a year on her PR? Yeah. Do you think that her PR manager, Teresa Tree Payne, is going to let you come anywhere near her? And if you think that you're going to get TMZ or anybody else to source an article, yeah, Taylor Swift, she will literally wipe the floor with you. She would not be caught ever. She spent 17 and a half years of her life perfectly curating and paying for her reputation, her image, and her persona. The last thing she would ever do is associate with a convicted murderer. I plan on giving Taylor Swift a shout out on Instagram and Twitter when I am at the game, and I am hoping she sees it. It is a long shot, but I am a loyal Swiftie, and meeting her would be the best start to my new year. Anyways, I would appreciate you using the sources so I am not in breach of my NDA. TMZ, thanks so much for your quick response. Totally understand your situation with the NDA, and I'd love to help you get your story out there. And of course, you can pause to read this. You have my word, beautiful. Well, here's where you're going to learn today. Do you remember the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard $50 million defamation trial in Fairfax, Virginia? The reason why this was so bombshell is because we all have already known that there's a huge PR machine that works behind the beautiful red curtains of Hollywood. At this trial, right almost in the middle of it, TMZ sent their lawyer to try and prevent a former TMZ employee named Morgan Tremaine from testifying. Of course, the judge, Judge Penny, did not allow them to succeed. Morgan Tremaine went on to testify, and what he said was bombshell. You know how TMZ knew to be at the courthouse at 7 a.m.? Because the person themselves called TMZ. There is no source. And if there is, it is an assistant, a lawyer, a manager, a PR agent that is right next to the person themselves, the celebrity. The reason why is because celebrities get paid to put their names, their images, to capture those photos and those videos of them. How do you know for TMZ to send a photographer or a videographer to the middle of nowhere, Louisiana, because they called them there? So the reason why this was so bombshell was because it confirmed what we all knew the whole time. And you have to be, and I'm really sorry to say this kindly, but you have to be very, very ignorant to not already know this. How do you think that Star Magazine, In Touch, People Magazine, how do you think any of them get the photographs, the videos, and the source information that they get? The celebrities themselves call, and they are the source. They are the ones that sell it to them. And yes, they will sell bad things like, look at me, I was in a DV situation. Look at me, I'm breaking up with my ex. Look at me, I'm in the middle of a divorce. Gossip, they do it all the time. But Morgan Tremaine testified to the fact that the reason why he was able to put that video out of Johnny Depp in his private residence, slamming a cabinet and drinking, and he finds the secret iPad that was recording him, and he tosses it. And then, of course, the end is cut off, but the full video shows Amber Heard picking it up and smirking and laughing. So she couldn't have been in that much distress if she was laughing about it all, right? Being caught trying to set him up. Her own husband in his own house. So Morgan Tremaine testifies to, yes, Amber Heard and her PR agent / assistant is the ones that called us. They called us and told us where to be, when to be there. That's how we got there. That's how we got the cameraman there. And that's exactly how I got that video within 5 minutes, because she's the one that gave it to us. And TMZ does not want you, the public, to know how they operate. And reportedly, she sold it for $15,000 to TMZ. And they bought it. Gypsy Rose makes money by pretending there's a source close to Gypsy. She is the one who is giving them the information and telling them where to be, when to be there. How do you think that TMZ obtained an exclusive video of her trying to sing karaoke on a Saturday or Friday night in the middle of New Orleans, Louisiana, when they are based out of Los Angeles, California? Because Gypsy and likely her manager, Mike Stanfield, called them. And now you have proof. The Gypsy Rose Blanchard agenda. I told you, it's been in effect for the whole 10 years since her crime. She has been doing this specifically to curate and streamline her celebrity off of her own crime. But don't fret, because one day there is going to be a federal Son of Sam law. Mark my words, there will be. One of these days, one of these cases will go to the Supreme Court, because the family will fight it all the way to it.
The pulse in Gypsy's coon cat has always been stronger than her conscience. Because of it, she did not hesitate to have her mom murdered, and she didn't hesitate to break prison rules either. Rules which she agreed with and stated she understood. Nonetheless, this girl got violations like she was purchasing them at the commissary. And in this one, she got wrote up for having Schmex toys. Another one for sexually explicit drawings. And there's a few like this for sexually explicit letters. And this one's really interesting because it had roleplay and similar fantasy games, which is kind of what she ended up in prison for, because roleplay and fantasy games went a little too far. And oddly enough, in every single one of these write-ups, she has to write something, and she wrote, "I understand, I won't do it again." And then proceeded to do it again. And it wasn't just sexually stuff that she was written up for. However, that was the majority of her write-ups. But she was written up for going to housing units that she was not assigned to. She was written up for using somebody else's phone number, like their phone log stuff. She got written up for having jewelry. Either way, her DOC file paints a clear picture. Whenever the pulse in her coon cat is going strong, there's no stopping her. But also, she does not care about the rules.
Let me know what you think about this right here, the whole TMZ thing, because everybody has always known this. A big part of Gypsy's money since being released in December of 2023 has come from selling to TMZ. Photos, video, articles for their website. She is the one calling them and giving them the information. because she so desperately wants to be famous, but she has no talent. She doesn't sing, she doesn't dance, she doesn't act, she's not a creative, and she's not an artist. We are the people, society, people that make up that 9.5 million that she finds so beloved. We are the court of public opinion, and we are the ones who have a say in who we hold to a higher standard, who we allow to be our celebrities, our public figures, our politicians. And the one person that is never going to be a celebrity, ever, is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She may be infamous for taking the life of her mom, lying on Nicholas Godejohn, and causing somebody to take their own life. Just look at how many people she has harmed, hurt, disposed of, and discarded just since being released in the last year and a half. Look at the chaos and the destruction, the harm, the hurt, the pain, the emotional distress, the punitive damages that she has caused countless and countless amounts of real victims, survivors, and women, even men like her own ex-husband. So next time TMZ wants to pick up anything, how about you start interviewing all of the people that have been bullied, stalked, harassed, doxxed, cyber-stalked, threatened, had their homes, their private information, their addresses, their jobs called or put on the internet with malicious and ill intent? Better yet, why doesn't TMZ or Hulu pick up a documentary about that? All the people that have suffered at the hands of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, her friends, her supporters, her associates, because that right there not only proves that she's a liar and a fraud and a scammer, but that she has not changed one bit. Anybody who wants to compile a list of all of the people that have been harmed because of Gypsy or the Gypverse or her associates, please go ahead and do it, because I'm interested in how many people there are exactly, myself included. I'm pretty sure TMZ, who many people have a source at, would love this idea and be very interested to know all of this. But if they haven't seen it for exactly what it is by now, then the only thing they're doing is making money off of the Gypsy Rose Blanchard agenda themselves. But just imagine how bombshell a documentary about the harm that she has caused, how much of an impact that would really be. Educational, entertainment, advocacy, and awareness. But most importantly, the truth of who and what she really is. And the lengths that she will go to use other people by proxy to cause harm for her, so she can stand back and wipe her hands of it all. And if you are one of the many people that have been harmed by Gypsy, please leave a comment down below and let me know exactly what happened to you. Happy Friday and have a fantastic week, everybody. I love you all, and I hope you have an enjoyable and safe weekend. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Please like and share, and do not forget to smash the subscribe button. I'll see you all on the flip side.